So for two of us to eat out for the entire week, just for lunch, you'd be looking at $100 total. In this video today, I will be showing you how I prep for both breakfast, lunch, and dinner to save time, money, and it's super convenient. A typical weekly grocery store trip cost for us ranges from about $120 to $150 and typically includes everything that you see here.
All right, so we found this recipe on TikTok. What it is, it's a salsa chicken recipe. To make it, we start with putting basically a bed of salsa in the bottom of the crock pot, putting taco seasoning into that, and then you mix up the taco seasoning really well into that salsa. So the recommended was like a lime and garlic salsa, but we're using black bean and corn salsa because it's the only non-plain salsa they had that looked pretty good for this.
To prep the chicken for the crock pot, what we like to do is trim all of the excess fat off of it because nowadays chicken comes with a lot of fat and it's pretty gross. To do this, I just use regular old kitchen shears. It saves time and it's better than a knife.
All right, so once you got your chicken in there, you take your diced green chilies. I'm using the bigger can of it because we do kind of like a double size of what was shown on TikTok. So you just kind of pour that across the whole top here. And then you take some salsa verde, and then you pour that over the top as a layer. And you really don't need to add any extra liquids because the salsa is kind of juicy enough to keep the chicken moist. And then once you shred it at the end, you'll see it kind of absorbs any of that extra moisture and is actually pretty good and thick. Alexa, set a timer for 6 hours.
6 hours. Starting now.
Thanks, babe. And then we'll come back later and we'll shred it up and take it out.
So my snack of choice is always fresh fruit. I love to have fresh fruit around the house. So what I do when I buy it is I bring it straight in, and the more things that I can make easily convenient, the better. So I like to wash all of my fruit right away and put it into one big bowl so that I can just snack whenever I want, maybe have some for breakfast or just whenever I get the craving, which is a lot. So what I do to prep for breakfast is I actually make little mini egg muffins, and these are super easy to make. It takes like 15 minutes and they last for the whole week. They're very easy to eat in the morning on the go. All you do is pop them in the microwave it for like a minute, and you've got your protein source for the day. I also do usually like 2 pieces of toast with peanut butter, or sometimes I'll do a bagel instead. I really can't rave enough just about how convenient this is in the morning when you don't want to make yourself breakfast. So to make this, I do 1 egg per day. So I do 5 eggs total, and that gets me Monday through Friday. And then usually we eat out breakfast somewhere when we go do our shopping or whatever we're doing on the weekend. So I only do 1 egg per day because eggs are high in fat. So really what I want the bulk of my egg muffin to be is the egg white, just focusing purely on getting the protein in instead of all of the fat that the yolk contains in the egg. Depending on how many eggs I want for the week determines how many cups I will use of egg whites. Typically I do about 2 to 2.5 cups, and that gets me just about the full tray of eggs and maybe half. Add whatever kind of cheese you like. I use a Colby Jack shred, and measure with your heart. Shredding all of the chicken, and now what I'm going to do is transfer the chicken into this glass container where I will store it in the fridge all week. And from here, I will then take it every single night and put them into these small glass meal prep containers to take to work and eat for lunch. We previously were using plastic containers, but have since switched to glass because health. And we really like and enjoy using the glass versus the plastic. They're very easy to clean. This specific one, which I will link in the description, is actually freezer, oven, and dishwasher safe. So it's a great dish also to cook maybe a casserole in. I can pop food if I wanted to make it and have it months later in the freezer and store it there, or just use it as I am just weekly as like a community food bank, I guess you could say. I've just been eating it with rice on the side, but I feel like you can make chicken tacos out of this very, very easily. Just pulled the egg muffins out of the oven and they look amazing. So I will now transfer these to glass containers as well. Okay, so I am all done. The last thing that I did not show you was dinner, which I'm not going to waste your time in showing you because it's super simple. All I do is I buy a big thing of ground beef and I cook the ground beef. I store that in another glass container that we have in the refrigerator for the entire week. I microwave that and I fry 2 eggs over easy, and that is all we eat for dinner. Going to the grocery store on Saturdays is a routine that we have been doing for, well, since we've been married. And meal prepping is something that we always do on Sundays. So on Saturdays, we spend our day going to the grocery store. We usually hit up a coffee shop. We have breakfast somewhere out somewhere. We might even do an activity. Today, we tried to go take the dog swimming in the river, but the river was closed, so that was a bust. But usually just something fun that we do together, and then we go to the grocery store, get all of our groceries, bring it back, have the rest of the day to do yard work or whatever, and then Sundays are spent meal prepping and getting ourselves all organized for the week. I really highly recommend meal prepping for just the pure convenience factor. Like after a really hard day, or just any day in general, coming home and being able to just put something in the microwave that's actually good for you and has been prepared at home and made with love is really, really awesome. So if you can just help yourself out and love yourself by prepping for your whole week, you are really gonna be setting yourself up to be in a great mood, and you get to spend a little bit extra time with family as well instead of slaving away for dinner every single night. If you are subscribed to me, thanks for coming back and supporting me. If you're new here and you enjoyed what you saw today, I hope that you would consider subscribing to me where you can see more content just like this. Hope you guys have a great week. Bye!